jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy. Is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports.
Shout out to the hottest chat in the MFing game. A side official. No negotiation needed, period. You already know. The first in the building. Carlos is on deck. Salute to you, brother. I see you in the building. Mike is on deck. What's good with it? Salute to you, brother. Shout out to Christopher White in the building. What's good with it, Christopher? Salute WCS Hot Grease. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You already know. Arnold Brown on deck in the building. No doubt about it. NYT on deck. Salute to you, brother. Shout out to Christopher White with the $2 super sticker. Lighten up the tree, man. Much appreciated. As always, thanks for supporting the channel, man. $2 super sticker in the building. Stickum Boys Fishing and Sports on deck. Salute WCS and the chat fam. Salute to you, man. Big shout out to everyone that's on deck, man. We about to cook. We about to stir up the ingredients. And we about to remind people why some people choose to attempt to deny Crawford his accolades, his flowers, you know what I'm saying? His chest plate of medals. So the title says Tragic. Tank clashes with Haney in Vegas. Crawford pound for pound competition is not Inoue. Levels exposed. Okay? So let's start with the Tank and Haney because I want to get that out the way. So we all know that Devin Haney lost to Ryan Garcia. We absolutely know he lost and how he lost. We still know for some apparent reason that Ryan Garcia has petitioned for the B sample, and we haven't yet to hear any official results come back. I'm telling you, it says 72 hours for the A to come back, but they waited till fight week, which was more than 72 hours to present those findings. Now, we wait while Ryan Garcia was out there on fight week when Canelo stepped in the ring with Hammy McGill. And I asked myself, where was Devin? But Devin, he steps out, he's in Vegas, and lo and behold, he has an encounter with Tank Davis. Now, this is a long time coming. I see people complaining about it, but I'm like, man, this has been a long time coming. You knew they was going to have some type of encounter. They was going to cross paths sooner or later. And just so happened it has to be after Devin Haney lost the way he did. Him and Tank had some words. Tank is on the road right now. He's on the hunt. He's out there roaming the Serengeti. You know what I'm saying? He's out there roaming the Serengeti, looking for prey. I'm not saying Devin was a prey. I'm saying he's been playing around with his food with Frank. And then he bumps into Devin. And he's probably said whatever. I'm not going to get into what he probably said to Devin Haney. But it's boxing at the end of the day. It's going to be trash talking. It's going to be verbal sparring. It's going to be, exchanges. It's just the way it is, man. You know what I'm saying? He got the upper hand. You know what I'm saying? He can talk his trash about Devin Haney and how he was beat and how he looked. Okay, that's history. That's natural. You feel me? That's natural. Haney's gonna have to deal with it, just like Tank is gonna have to deal with it if he ever lose in devastating fashion or something to that extent. But it's good to see Haney out, though. It's good to see Tank out. It's good to see both fighters out and was able to have they was able to have it was something that was just on the tip of my tongue that fits them what they was having. Anyway, they just able to, vent and get it off their chest on, what they had to say to one another. And like I said before, it's not much Haney can say to it except that Ryan Garcia was dirty. He does have a defense now. He has a defense. Ryan popped dirty. So Devin can use, okay, Ryan popped dirty, and Tank gonna say, that don't mean nothing. You remember Tank came out and said You know what I'm saying? Ryan was using mental health and it's fake. Stop. You know, it ain't no such thing. One thing about Tank shut that down. He's like, man, please, I've been through stuff too. You know what I'm saying? You just being a baby about it. He said that ways ago about Ryan Garcia. He did. He said, man, I ain't talking about that mental health. Please get out of here. You're just trying to play the people. And now looking back on it, off what we witnessed, Tank might have been on to something. I've always been on the Ryan Garcia. I have receipts out there. I always said he was a capper. But it is what it is. I'm going to leave that alone. You know what I'm saying? They had their encounter. I'm pretty sure they're going to have many, many more where Tank is going to remind Devin, how his performance was, what Ryan Garcia did to him. And then also, at this point in time, you have Tank Davis, who's pretty much defending Ryan Garcia because it's been said that they may possibly have a fight lined up for a rematch in the future. So that's going to be another big money fight. So you know how it is, man. Tank defending Ryan Garcia, and they're trying to make another bag. You know how it goes. Let's get to the High Grease, man. High Grease Chronicles EP 373, year 2024 over at Crawford pound for pound. So, as we all understood how to read, we be out here in these media streets. We have been blessed with this news with Turk Al-Sheikh being over here in the States. I call him Big Turk. He says, I'm working to deliver Canelo, but it will be big fight for Crawford. So Turk Al-Sheikh is trying to calm the nerves of Canelo's escape route and saying that, I want 100, 150, 200 to fight David Benavidez. Some god-awful, unachievable number. But I think when it comes to Crawford, I think royalty will reign in this particular case because he is the man to make it happen. But let me first get to this. Terrence Crawford is considered to be pound for pound. He is pound for pound, right? And as you already know, yesterday we had a fight where a lot of people was waiting for their favorite foreign fighter to get in the ring, Inoue, or Inoue, however you want to say it, your way, my way. And he had a fight over in Japan, of course, because he's like Joshua. He wants to make sure he keep it over there in his backyard. And people trying to say he can do what he want over there. Okay, cool. He can do what he want. Okay, cool. He's 27-0, 24 knockouts. He has a KO percentage of 88.89. All right. As you watch the fight, Luis Nery dropped him in the first round, which they don't have out here on BoxRec for some reason. They're not even posting it. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not even posting. Let me see something. Let me. Yeah, I'll double check that. Let me see. Let me go down here. Rodriguez down 3 times in the second round. I'm just going through other fights to see if they put the details. But they don't have that first round knockdown of Inoue. And this leads me to this. You fought Luis Nery, who had 1 loss. You know what I'm saying? And that 1 loss came against Brandon Figueroa, the pretty boy of pretty boys. You know what I'm saying? And he was a worthy opposition. He goes in there and he gets stopped in the 6th round, but not without exposing who they call Monster Inoue. Monster gets dropped at 31 years of age. He gets dropped by Nery. Now, there's been some people up here trying to defend Inoue, talking about, oh man, everybody gets dropped. It's boxing. What do you expect? This, that, and the other. He got up and he stopped. Okay. This only works for Inoue. This only works for Mexican fighters. Because I know if Crawford would have got dropped, they would have deducted and deducted and deducted to the deducted and say he don't deserve to be pound for pound. Even if he got off the canvas and won, he don't deserve to be. Was it a legitimate knockdown? Yes, it was. This was a legitimate knockdown. He gets up and they go into all out, you know, brawl and everything. He ended up stopping them in the 6th round. Kudos to him. But I don't know what's going on with you people who want to try so aimlessly to put Inoue in front of Crawford as pound for pound, knowing he is not him. Inoue is not him. He's not, man. Yeah. He's a 4th division champion. He's the 2nd fighter ever to become, two-time undisputed, 2 different divisions. Yeah, but his bantamweight freaking run to undisputed was trash, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you want to talk about everybody when they critique Crawford, they want to bring in age. They want to bring in their daddy. They want to bring up every freaking discrepancy they can think of, y'all. Why they don't do Inoue the same way? They bring up every discrepancy that you can think of. He goes in there and gets spun around like a ballerina. All we needed was a symphony. We need an orchestra and start playing some slow music. You know what I'm saying? Somebody's gonna start making a meme of it. But he went in there and got exposed, man. Yeah, he moved up to super bantamweight and became undisputed. Kudos to him. But when have we ever seen Crawford dead to rights, fight or flight, spinning around, rolling off the canvas, all fours? He never had that orientation. We're talking about the referee giving him the count. Why do people continue to insert Inoue into the conversation with Terrence Crawford? Because you just want to see a fighter that you really don't rock with heavy like that. You just want him to be in the conversation because you don't like Crawford. That's just the way it is, just like the same thing with Deontay Wilder. They pick and choose. But Inoue, that's the first. That's not the first layer of him getting exposed, man. Come on, man. He's been there before. It's only a matter of time before he fight the right name. It's only a matter of time before he try to move up in competition and he starts getting shut down. It's only a matter of time, people. People boosting him up, he gets off and then people want to put pound for pound talk getting off the canvas. Wow. It's amazing how y'all give these passes. Just wow. Just give these freaking passes to these dudes just because they get off the canvas. Wilder got off the canvas, and it still wasn't good enough. They say Bud touched the canvas with freaking Igis Kavalaskis. No count, no nothing. Every conversation, they bring it up. Oh, man. I'm going to leave Gamboa out of this, though. I'm not going to get him paid this time on bringing him up in the conversation. But what about Igis Kavalaskis? He dropped Crawford. He sure did. I mean, the man don't even get a count. But Inoue was legitimately knocked down and exposed. And then when the fight is over with, all they want to do is talk about pound for pound. What's going to happen when Crawford goes over here August 3rd? What's going to happen when Turk Al-Sheikh provides such that he's made Canelo Crawford? What then? Who is Inoue going to fight then to supersede that? Because we know he's divisions away and he prays to his holy, his most high. He thanks him all the time. I thank you very much that I'm not nowhere close to Crawford's division. I'm glad I'm not 140 right now. Inoue is happy. Thank you. Domo arigatou gozaimasu. Thank you. Thank you very much that I'm not close to 147 because people be calling for me to fight the Omaha Monster. And then I will have to drop my freaking alias. You know what I'm saying? He will have to drop it. Who's really the monster? Inoue or Crawford. That's what the flyer will be. Who? They willing to sell the score, but he's happy. He's at 122. He's loving it. But kiddo, you keep trying. You keep doing what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna waste too much time on you there, Inoue. You know, congratulations to your win. Congratulations getting off the canvas. I wonder if they're gonna talk about you getting dropped by Neary for 15 years from now, like they do Crawford and Gamboa. I wonder if they're gonna talk about that because you were on the canvas. Well, you know, the canvas is the canvas, whether it's in the States or Japan. It's the canvas is the canvas. It tight, it tight, it tight, it tight. That means hurt in Japan, in Japanese rather. It tight. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna have to get it together, man. 31 years of age, 4 divisions. If he starts touching the canvas more often, people are gonna start saying, maybe he should take some more time off. Maybe he should try to move up division, try to get the Crawford fight whack. No, it's gonna be plenty of other people that shut Inoue down before that even believes to come a fantasy conversation. He'll be nowhere close. Crawford won't get no credits for stopping Inoue because he's just simply too small. Inoue's not gonna move up and say he'll fight at 47 from where he at. I wouldn't even suggest Crawford even take that fight, man. He's not gonna get credit for it. Just like that's what Canelo say, right? And speaking of Canelo, let's get down to what's being placed out here. You know what I'm saying? By Michael Benson. Let's let the people know that Terrence Crawford has been active on Twitter. He said, "This is only the beginning. Stay tuned." Mike Coppinger put out an exclusive interview with ESPN Boxing most influential figure at Turkey Al-Sheikh revealed grand plans, including a strategy to enter Shanghai and Berlin and Riyadh season events, also targeting a 5-on-5 December. Check this out. If you know, you know. This is grand. This is grandiose. You know what I'm saying? This is monumental. Because Turk Al-Sheikh, nobody can just tie him with white boxers, black boxers, Mexican boxers, Russian boxers, African boxers, Spanish, any of that. He loves boxing. He goes on record and said, Inoue is a great boxer, but Crawford is the pound for pound number one. You let that sit. Let that sit. Let that cook in the hot grease for a minute. Shout out to Big Turk. He said Inoue is a great boxer, but Crawford is the pound for pound numero uno. Ichi. Numero ichi. I don't know how the ranking works or if there's a clear criteria, but it seems like there are some personal opinions and inaccuracies involved. Talk that talk. This is hot grease, ready to cook, premium oil in the pan. Premium oil in the pan. Your food is gonna taste light. It's not gonna be like some people. They cook your fish and chicken grease and cook your chicken and fish grease. No, this is premium, light, healthy, hot grease. Turk Al-Sheikh said, but. He said, but y'all. He let it be known, but Crawford is the pound for pound number one. Who gonna sit up here and do a live stream on Turk Al-Sheikh? Nobody. Who's gonna sit up here and have a debate series on Turk Al-Sheikh and say, "Oh, I want to debunk that. I want him to come on." It's not happening. Turk ain't coming on your show. But I would like to have a debate series so I can do a reaction to. I want to see who's gonna go against Big Turk. And what he said. He said Crawford is a pound for pound number one. He didn't say Errol. That guy. He said Crawford is pound for pound number one. Also, I must reiterate once more. He said, I don't know how the rankings work or if. What he was trying to say, I don't know who put that bullshit up there. If they even thought this over, or they come to the table and they really talk this out. That's what he really meant to say. But he wanted to keep it classy. He wanted to use etiquette. He wanted to articulate himself for the position that he's hold of royalty. And that's why he said, I don't know how the rankings work or if there's a clear criteria. But it seems like there are some personal. So what that means is that seems like there's some bias ass haters. That's what Big Turk was saying. It seems like there's some bias ass haters that's out there that continue to want to erase Crawford's name and say he ain't pound for pound. That's what Big Turk was trying to say. He said, but it seems like there are some personal opinions and inaccuracies involved. When you hear inaccuracies, y'all, it's pretty much saying, oh, there's some people out there that don't know shit about boxing. Shout out to the great Mayweather. Roger, I'm looking at you, brother. Salute to you. That's what he's really saying. It's some people out there that don't know shit about boxing, and all they want to do is they want to be in the like. You know what I'm saying? They're in the like community. Oh, I like that fighter. That's what I like that fighter. That's all. He said, Terrence Crawford is being potentially eyed for December, January. Now, Turk Al-Sheikh has said he's trying to deliver Canelo. It will be a big fight. We already have heard on record that he was actually trying to, make the fight with David Benavidez and Crawford. Can you imagine that? He was trying to make a fight with Terrence Crawford and David Benavidez at 160. That's why you're not going to hear people up here talking about Big Turk. Because he's actually got the funds to get the job done. They can't talk about this dude. They can't even think about having a debate series on Big Turk. Big Turk gonna send his people over there and say, hey, my friends, I talked with some of my buddies over here in the U.S. I'll give you 5 minutes to wrap it up. Else you can kiss some things goodbye. You make up your mind. Okay? I'm not going to repeat myself. This man said he's on December, January? Are you serious? Big Turk is trying to bring Cinnamon Bun? He's trying to bring Cinnamon to force him to take the fight with Crawford because that's the fight people want to see? Where are all my haters at? Where are all my haters at that was saying that it was too much for Crawford to come up to 168? Nobody wanted to see the fight. But I don't see none of y'all going against Big Turk. Big Turk say, I want to make the fight. That's the biggest fight what people want to see. David Benavidez had to move up to 175. And he's going in there with a tough. Vasek is tough, man. So he's kind of out the picture. I heard rumor that Benavidez was going to get in the ring. But of course, Canelo gave his warning. He went over there and had a meeting, and he was waving his finger around. I just want to let you know, I'm Canelo Alvarez. Regardless of what Oscar say, put some effing respect on his name. David Benavidez will not. And this is the same Canelo who gave caution to the PBC that the media would not ask him anything about David Benavidez. So coming, full circle, he said that Benavidez wasn't going to get in the ring. So Benavidez can chalk it up as him being ducked by Canelo. At this point, Canelo really don't care what people say about him because they keep on giving him the money. It's just bad. They keep giving the money. The only person that can shut that down for good, that's going to shut it down for good. And Canelo knows this. That's why Canelo is going to be over there trying to play ball with the Sheik and find out they're on two different fields. Canelo's gonna go up there trying to run the numbers, how much he made in the US. And Turk gonna say, you're funny. Canelo's funnier than I thought he ever would be. He's funny. He's running down what he got paid for fights, and he used to have a DAZN deal for $365 million. He's so funny. So what are you telling me, Canelo? You think you're worth $300 million just to fight Crawford? I think yes. The netto is yes. I've been there. Listen, my friend. It's not going to happen. See, Canelo go in there trying to, say, oh, this is my low end right here, and my low end is 35. And then I was signed for 11-fight deal over there with the zone for 365. So you're in the middle. You got like 185 to 200 million. Canelo, I'm not giving you no 100 million for Crawford. You say you get nothing. Yeah, I heard you. You say if I fight Crawford, I get nothing. So how am I going to pay you for a nothing fighter? 100 million for a nothing fighter? You're not making any sense there, Canelo. You sound desperate. You scared? You scared of Crawford? I think Canelo, he's questioning himself, man. I don't think he's scared of Crawford, first of all. I don't. I think he just has like a little twiddle-dee. He has a little twitch going on. He has that little twitch going on up top where, the yin and the yang is taking over. The dark angel is saying, hey, you know what I'm saying? You might take your third loss, man, but at least you're gonna get paid. And then you got the other angel up there, the light angel saying, hey, my friend, hey, you know what I'm saying? You can do this. You can go in there and show the people that you're better than this guy. All right? I have faith in you. It's positive. But Canelo, he's canceling out both of them because deep down inside, he knows Crawford is going to be a very, very dangerous fight, the most dangerous fight he ever had. I know people are going to say, oh, man, WCFC, he on the bullshit again. Listen, Crawford is going to be the most dangerous fight that Canelo has. This fight can be $100 pay-per-view easily. But since Big Turk is putting on the fight, I don't think he's going to charge people $100 pay-per-view. But this is going to be one of the biggest fights in boxing history, y'all. That's if Big Turk can make it happen. To be honest, I don't know if Canelo wants this fight to happen because he's dealing with youth. And somebody, look, they're gonna cringe, right? They can say, what WCS talking about? Look, who's moving around better right now? Yeah, Crawford's older than Canelo, but Canelo's been boxing since he was 15. He's the one that has all the miles on him. 70 fights. Crawford still has the youth, and people always want to complain about him fighting once a year, right? Even Big Turk said it. He said, yeah, want to keep him active and everything. So just think about a guy who's taking minimal punishment in there with big fights, minimal punishments, and he's stopping his opponent. He's not going the full 12 rounds like Cinnamon Bun. Cinnamon Bun has been in the oven to the last freaking second in a lot of his fights. You know what I'm saying? His last 3 fights, all the way to the freaking timer saying, ding, and let you know that the cinnamon bun is cooked. John Ryder, the infamous and forgotten Jermell Charlo, and Mr. Lean Over My Lead Foot. I'm 5'3". I'm here for you. Hit me with an uppercut, Jaime Munguia. So could the next fight be Terrence Crawford? I want to know. I truly want to know. He said, I'm working to deliver Canelo, but it would be a big fight for Crawford. I'll discuss the names with him. He said, I will discuss the names with him. It brings me to this right here. I remember going through all stormy weather. You know what I'm saying? when they had hate precipitation all the time. And people were saying that, Crawford wasn't the smartest fighter. He was just making poor decisions. He was involved with Daniel Cunningham. Y'all remember when Inner Tube Lips was over there talking that nonsense, right? When he was swinging from his vine by his lips with a tank on, just busy up here trying to say, Crawford was with Daniel Cunningham and, he's going to be arrested soon and they do an investigation. A lot of them cats was up there putting Crawford into a category of criminals. But now he's framed with Big Turk. They about to make these bags together. They about to make these bags together, y'all. That's good business. Who's the man right now? Everybody want to praise Canelo on giving you shitty performances, but yet get the high purse. Crawford's getting the high purse. He's about to get the high purse, and he's putting on performances. And, it's a lot of people that's going to have side bets on if the fight's going to go the distance with Crawford. That's going to provide you a bit more intrigue, right? We know at 47 he's been stopping everybody. Now you're going up there with Madrimov. They trying to say, okay, is it going to carry over? Is it going to carry over? We don't know if it's going to carry over, but I bet you a 20 on it. No, let's bet $1 million. So what you want to do, bet $1 million 20s? What are we talking about? We just betting on if the fighter go the distance. Yeah, that's what we doing. That's what we doing. We got to find out. We got to make that determination. Because I believe Crawford is about to level change, which is good for boxing. He's level changing with the most solid support system you can have in boxing when it comes to the budget. He has the man. You know what I'm saying? He has one of the hitters, not role players, but he has one of the hitters, the decision maker. Come on, man. Look who's in that frame. Who can say that they he didn't need a net for the big fish because he got dang harpooned him. That's all he had to harpoon. He didn't need no net for that fish. And that fish ended up being a farce because no one really knew what that fish was. We didn't know if he was a perch, red snapper, catfish, whiting, tilapia. Somebody said it was a freaking a tiger shark, a sand shark, a dolphin, barracuda. No one really said that it was a freaking Moby Dick whale. You know what I'm saying? Moby Dick really, you look at the whales, unless it's a freaking orca, they really not killers like that. But the man wore a net just as a distractor, but yet he pulled out and hit Errol Spence with the harpoon. Now, since that fight, people been waiting for him to get back in the ring because they said that he's on the extended victory lap. No, it looks like he's been doing what he's supposed to be. He's been talking to the man, and we're trying to see what's next. As far as the results goes, August 3rd, with him fighting Ismail Madrimov. People saying that Madrimov had power in both hands. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna be bigger than Crawford. All the stuff they used to say at 147. He's gonna do this. He's gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? Now we have another opportunity to see Crawford go in there and perform. I know it's a lot of haters that want to see him, in a situation. But at the end of the day, you have to understand it's boxing. You have two primary pugilists that's going to be contesting one another. And we're going to have to see who has the better ring IQ, who's more physically fit, who's durable, who's the toughest. That's it. Conquest on deck, man. Peace. Tank outside on the side now. He said no safety. What's going on, boxing? Shout out to Ben Israel. I'm not sure if he lost his way. But shout out to you, Ben. You know what I'm saying? Salute to you, brother. I don't know if you lost your way. You in the hottest chat in the game, but it's good you want to join the hottest chat in the MFing game. You know what I'm saying? And be amongst great people, great boxing scholars. Welcome. Shout out to the MACKMOBB. The Mac Mob is in the building. What's good with it, B Mac? Hopefully all is well and you feeling better. Hope you sipped on that yickety yak. You know what I'm saying? That premium. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully it got you right. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully it got you all right. Great panel the other day, man. Y'all definitely go check out the Mac Mob. The man is super petty. So don't go over there with your feelings on your sleeve and be over there. Hey man, I just want to ask you something, man. I ain't being personal, man, but you just do some petty shit sometime, man. It's enough is enough. Enough is enough, man. Come on. But man, shout out to him, man. Make sure y'all show the brother support, man. Real talk. Alex Sheik throwing a wrench in the mainstream boxing narratives. And that's a good thing. Absolutely. Shout out to Andrew Charles in the building. Absolutely. I love it, man. I love it. You know what I'm saying? Because no one is up here playing this. No, I want to negotiate this and it's a money issue and people trying to outprice themselves. No, the Turk, I think it's something that a lot of these American fighters haven't experienced before. Real talk. I think when he sits down, his people sits down, you already know they're not here for no BS, man. Like even the fighters that have heard their manager, promoter, say the things like Samson Likowicz, with Fundora right next to him, talking about, oh, we don't want this and we don't want that. But when Fundora hears the numbers, he's talking about his livelihood. He's looking at Samson like, hey, you ain't gonna be paying my bills for the rest of my life. That's why he had that video to go viral, man. He said, Crawford is the best fighter in the world. I want to fight Terrence Crawford. And his trainer looked at him. If my trainer ever would have looked at me that way, he's fired. I'm not a little kid. I'm not on a bottle. You're not changing my diaper. You're up here looking at me trying to remind me, hey, man, don't say that no more. Samson's going to be mad. What's Samson's going to do? You going to put Fundora on the shelf? But anyway, it ain't about him. I think when these fighters step in front of royalty, being that our higher regime isn't preserved with respect like that, these cats, their entire aura is different. He doesn't have to go through a request from a network to say, hey, is there any way we can do these fights for, $150 a pay-per-view and, we give you 2% on the back. They don't have to do that, man. They're in a great position. They have the money. They have the budget. And we already know if you have the budget, you can make the fights. You can placate the fighters enough with them dollar signs to make the biggest fight. And just think, boxing has been over here. Boxing has been global forever and a day. But just to think, it's taking somebody from over in Saudi Arabia to come over here and perk up the U.S. boxing footprint, y'all. I mean, resuscitate it. Because in 2020, the pandemic, oh my God, the bubble was the worst. The bubble was the worst. And boxing was struggling. It's some fighters that never returned back from the ring for that. But now you got Turk Al-Sheikh, man. He's up here reviving the sport. Love it. Shout out to Blue Hustle Man in the building. What's good with it, brother? What up, WCS in the chat? Keep cooking. My friend Canelo don't want no smoke. Hopefully he can see the light. I want him to see them different color lights, though. You know, the kind that you see when it becomes near the Christmas holidays, like they're green, blue, yellow, red. I want him to see those lights with Crawford goddamn touching them up with that damn light switch, that left and right light switch. You know what I'm saying? I want him to see those colors. I want him to say, hey, Eddie, is it just me? I'm just seeing these little lights pop off in my head, like Errol Spence when he get behind the wheel, and it just seems like everything is speeding past him. Am I okay? What round is it? The fight's over, Canelo. I'm sorry, my friend. I'm sorry. What you mean, man? Tell him to get those lights straight, and I'm getting ready for the next round. No, my friend, it's over. It's over. What round was it, though? It was round 4. No! Canelo, no! No, he didn't. Yes, Crawford caught you with a nice combination, Canelo. I don't want to be the one to bear, be the bearer of bad news, but he was whooping your ass, Canelo. And maybe it's just time for you to think about retirement. But you know how Spence look. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, you may want to cut off your social media. He beat your ass, man. When I say he beat your ass, puto. Pendejo, he beat your ass. Yes, he did. He beat your ass, Canelo. Canelo's going to be seeing those vibrant neon lights when Crawford putting those paws on them Omaha paws. Marjamov, to my eye, is like a younger, bigger, stronger Mean Machine. He's aggressive, too, like Mean Machine. I agree, and he's also a bit slower than Crawford, too. You know what I'm saying? Strength is good, okay? Let me not downplay and dilute strength. Strength is good. It's good to have strength. Really, it's good to have strength. But in boxing, when it deals with IQ, you have to be able to move with that strength. You have to be able to deliver and have your placement and timing down with that strength. You have to have cardio to go along with that strength. We're talking about 3 minutes for 12 rounds. You know what I'm saying? 3 minutes. 3 minutes for 12 rounds. You got to be able to make adjustments. If things aren't going your way, you have to be able to keep that strength and let it benefit you. You have to be able to use that strength to disrupt the rhythm of your opponent. You have to be able to utilize that strength in many different slices of the pie. You just can't use that strength and give it one to the face. Boom. I'm putting the whole pie to the face. And then you don't have anything left. He is a strong fighter. But Crawford has been in there with strong fighters. He's been in there with bigger fighters. So we're going to have to see how Marjamov's strength is, his cardio, his durability. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying, Terrence has been in there with fighters and he ain't been touched up. You know what I'm saying? I'll be lying. I'll be being biased. He's been in there with fighters that's touched him up. But also, he seems to be in his pure form right now. He seems to be at his best. He's looking very, very impressive. I mean, as much as I hate to bring this up to everyone that's in the chat, especially Ben and all the rest of the aerosexuals, right? We have to look back and we have to always reflect on all of us being a witness to a potential homicide. Crawford almost, if Harvey Doc wouldn't have stepped in, we could have potentially seen a freaking homicide. But luckily for Harvey Doc, the massacre will go down in history as the victim surviving the massacre and went on to recover. And now he's doing interviews with his tax lady. And you know, he's providing you with a buzz, sort of like what he felt when Crawford was putting them hands on him. He got a little sleepy and we all got sleepy. Listen to that freaking interview. Moving on. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, man. You know what I'm saying? You got that king of petty, dog. I don't know where you be getting them clips at. That's the king of petty right there, man. For real. Shout out to the Queen Jessica has stepped in the building. Salute. Shout out to the GA Queens on deck. Shout out to the GA Queens on deck. See, it's good that Jessica is out of Georgia, because most of the time when people, you know, they hear the word Georgia, all they think of a bag of Skittles. Well, it's people that grew up down here in the A that's not a part of that. But you have, you know, you can't act like you don't see it when you go out and you frequent these restaurants and you just go out and enjoy the nightlife, because Atlanta's booming. It's popping now. But you have to understand that the haters that sit up here and try to act like there's no women down here, and then when they do talk about women being down here, they try to act like, I don't know now. Just cause I mean, you know what they say about Georgia, man, Atlanta. It's just because they look like it, don't mean they were born one. Just saying, y'all just accept anything now. You know damn well that apple was just hanging out outside that color, and you saw that apple up there, and you just said, I like fruit. You know what I'm saying? The Georgia peach is different now. For real. They say the Georgia peach, Jessica, come with two seeds in the peach now. It's so bad. You know, you can't even really talk about the women out here. Anyway, get back to it. Shout out to MKB on deck, man. $2 super chat on deck. Workflow WCS listening, no doubt, man. Shout out to MKB in the building. Martin King boxing on deck. Bud gonna stop Canelo. What it do in the building? Bud #1 until he retires. Now my thing, speaking of retirement, I believe that Bud can pretty much, you know, take these big fights all on his way out the door and remain undefeated. I feel without any compunction that Bud can go in there and defeat Canelo Alvarez. Based off what I seen happen when he was carrying luggage, you know, this past fight, that the areas where people believe that he was really carrying Munguia, if he chooses not to carry Crawford, all you have to do is look back to somebody who wasn't playing ball with him, and that was Bivol. Bivol had a very solid game plan against Canelo Alvarez. Crawford's IQ, in my opinion, is higher than Bivol's, because you heard Bomac say that they didn't even jump outside plan A. They didn't even have to go to plan Bravo. They had plans for this fight. They had strategies. They didn't even have to leave A. They didn't even have to leave A for Spence. So, you know, a lot of these fight fans, you know, the haters, they're looking for Crawford to be put in a situation where he's vulnerable, you know, place him on the edge, You know, put him in a dangerous, controversial, or no, put him in adversity, serious adversity. They want to see Crawford in serious adversity. They want to see him with the wobbly legs. They want to see him in a situation where they can say, okay, now let's see what Crawford does in this situation. But they haven't seen it yet. And a lot of people are going to be going to this Canelo fight if it happens. Because a lot of them think, okay, Madrimov is going to be tougher than what they think. They think Madrimov is going to go the distance. I think Madrimov is going to get stopped quicker than what people think. I'm telling you, he's not that fast of a puncher. Just because he has strength in his hands doesn't mean his neck and his chin has the same power grid. You know what I'm saying? He might have a 2-watt bulb in his chin. How much light is that going to give you? You know what I'm saying? He might have a dimly lit bulb in his chin. All it takes for Crawford to go in there and hit the switch. He's out. Night night. But shout out to Martin King Boxing with the $2 super chat. Lighting up the tree, man. Much appreciated. Always supporting the channel, man. Salute to you, brother. I'm looking at it like this. You know, for this man to be placed in these fights with, you know, Madrimov, who, you know, Terrence is in a position to fight for 2 belts, even though one of them is an interim. It's still a good look, right? It's still a good look. It boosts up his appraising value, right? He goes in there and beat Madrimov and become the WBA champion and the WBO interim. He levels out with Canelo Alvarez for 4 divisions, because Canelo Alvarez is a 4-division champion. And it raises his appraising value for a fight for Turk Ali Sheik to make, because they're going to start comparing resumes. We're not, it's no need. Listen, I'm going to tell y'all ahead of time. There's no need for you all to start talking about the quantitative. You know what I'm saying? What did Turk Ali Sheik say? He said he's all about the qualitative, not quantitative. So let's not look at the quantitative when it comes to comparing when Bud picks up this 4th division. Let's look at the qualitative. So people are going to say, okay, that's a good debate. That's easy. You know, so-and-so ain't did this and ain't did this and ain't did this. Well, both of them are 4-division world champions. Yes, Canelo is undisputed, but Crawford did it twice. And you got to look at how long he's been on the pound-for-pound list, and Canelo been on the pound-for-pound list. They really going to level out really nice based off their achievements. The conversation is not going to stretch that far when it comes down to pure ability to go in there and beat the other. It's not going to be a conversation where people saying, oh man, Canelo's going to wash Crawford. They might talk that shit 3 months out from the fight. But closer and closer you get to the fight, them people are going to start to be quiet. Cállate. La boca. Cállate la boca. Cállate. They're going to start. Shh, shh, shh. Don't, no. Shh, shh. Don't say that. We don't want to piss Senor Crawford off. We don't want to piss Senor Crawford off. Shh. No, amigo. Let's talk that shit, man. Man, that black boxer is not going to be. We're Mexican, man. Our blood is different, man. No. He can fight. El Negro can fight. They're not going to be saying Canelo's going to wash Crawford. You know, they're going to be all about comparisons, resume comparisons. They're going to be having panels after panels after panels, talking about how much Canelo's done, who he's fought. You know, come on, we can just look at Canelo's freaking run for super middleweight undisputed. And that right there will provide you a little bit of questions in itself. Boxing doesn't have a murderer's row of fighters for these fighters to make these achievements. It just don't have a murderer's row of fighters, man. They just have to go based off what they have, who's champion at the time, and who's there when they collect that belt. That's it. But this is epic, though. This is epic. I was actually doing ticket I was searching for tickets, right? I'm gonna tell you something. I ain't mean put out there. I was searching for tickets, man. I really wanted to go to a fight card over there in Saudi. I did. I was searching tickets and everything. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to make some phone calls and actually see what the layout would be. I was really trying to pop my head up over there in the future for a card over there in Saudi. Only if I can get credentials and cover the fight. For real. And then I was trying to ask questions. I was trying to see who to go through. Could I potentially get approved as independent media to go over there? You know what I'm saying? And then I took a nap and I woke up and slapped myself. I said, man, you better stay your ass right here. What the hell are you talking about? Going over there to Saudi Arabia as independent media. Man, you looking like Floyd over there. First of all, I don't know how you got in the country, but you didn't have enough subscribers to come over here for us to approve you. Who did you talk to? I said, but I'm a Crawford fan, though. I understand that. And Turk al-Sheikh, he nods that he agrees, but somebody should have warned you. It's very expensive. They say that you have no money to fly back. Yeah, I was gonna catch a bus back. You stupid. You can't take no bus back from here. Are you stupid? They say you haven't ate in 3 days. Look at you. You look dehydrated, parched. Man, I go over there and goddamn run out of funds, bro. Real talk. I was searching for a ticket. I said, that's interesting. That's pretty expensive. Okay. Then I was trying to find out some information on, where would I stay at? And, I was really trying to run the numbers, man. And the numbers ran me. It ran me right out that thought. The number said, hey, man, you better lay your black ass down for your old ass be over there like Floyd, goddamn unshaven, no haircut. And they sitting up here, do you know the guy who took the jury? You're black like Floyd. Do you know Floyd? My people say you know Floyd. I say, man, I don't know him like that. I seen him on TV just like y'all. No, you know Floyd, and this is what I want you to do. I want you to call him up. I don't have his number, man. I want you to call him up and get in contact with that guy who stole that piece of jewelry. If you don't, you're going to be over here, man. We're not letting you go like we did Floyd. Floyd paid us. You don't have no money. You broke. They going to say you broke ass nigga. We got your ass. We got your ass. We got your ass, nigga. We got you. You ain't leaving. We got your ass. Blessing to the queen. How you doing? All they can say is Canelo is bigger. Yeah, they're going to say Canelo is bigger, but, the one thing about Canelo is that he's not faster than Crawford. So we got to look at Crawford's, underrated strength. Crawford is stronger than what he looks. That's another thing. Then it's going to come back to punching power. Bud has been one half. He's been etched in history as one half of July 29th, in which he went in there and beat a pound for pound fighter, unified champion in 147 so easily that people are saying the only fighter that's below Errol Spence as far as performance goes on that night was Amir Khan. You know what I'm saying? Amir Khan, he just started beating him right out the gate, and Amir Khan quit. So everybody else at 147, Errol Spence come in second place for the easiest work that Crawford had at 147 when it comes to his reign. No matter if the fight went down to one in the ninth round, it don't matter. I mean, that was an easy fight for a pound for pound name who was on the list just as long, shoulder to shoulder at certain points. And people was always talking about Crawford, Spence, Crawford, Crawford, Spence, Crawford. They wanted to know and know and know, will this fight ever happen? Will this fight ever happen? And they wanted to talk about heavy lifting. They wanted to talk about Spence picking up the belts. Who PBC was blocking and all that little freaking reckless, frivolous talk. And it all turned out to be a fallacy, bro. It turned out to be a freaking fairy tale that didn't end well. I mean, you got to think about this. This might have been the first Texas. This might have been the first boxing Humpty Dumpty. You know, Humpty Dumpty fell off the wall. This might have been the first boxing Humpty Dumpty. They need to write a book. Crawford cracked that man up, man. He'll never be the same. You can't put him back together. Crawford cracked that man up, man. The first boxing, the black boxing Humpty Dumpty came July 29th for the T-Mobile Massacre. Crawford broke that man up, fragmented him. They need to make a children's story book about that shit. For real. That's all they need to do, man. It'll sell. It'll sell off the shelves, man. I ain't gonna lie. It will. Canelo fans gonna be shaking like booty meat. This T-Buzz country. Yeah, man. I'm pretty sure people gonna have to understand this. It's not really gonna be talk of an A-side, B-side in this fight. Because Turk has the budget. You know what I'm saying? Turk has the budget. You already see who he's catering to. Look in the picture. He's catering to Crawford. So this A-side, B-side shit is not really going to have no play. It's all going to be about negotiation, get the money right, the venue, right, the date. That's it. Canelo can't sit up here and talk about no rehydration clause because Crawford's going to be moving up in weight. If anything, Crawford should, ask Turk for a rehydration clause, but then Canelo will say, no, I don't want the fight. I don't want the fight. See, Bud's pride will probably say, I don't care. Don't have no rehydration clause. I don't care where he comes in at. I'm going to show the people that I'm the best in the world. Don't put no rehydration clause on them. Period. Don't do it. I don't think only thing Crawford's going to want, is fair gloves. You know what I'm saying? Whatever gloves they select, the venue, of course. And the purse, first and foremost. That's all. I don't think it's any way that this fight is going to be a surprise for Crawford where people say it's a disadvantage. Oh, man, they set him up. He has short notice. I don't think so. Like people talking about Deontay, how he go in here, he has a fight scheduled with Zhang and then potentially turn around and fight in August. And people saying, oh, man, it's a setup. It's not a setup if he's accepting the fight. If he goes in here and knocks out Zhang early, you know the deal. Anyway, you know the deal. Rebel, what's good? He said, Salute W says, been a minute, big bro. It's Bud turn again. Take over 154, baby team Crawford. Yes, sir. It's time for us to see the biggest fight in boxing. And that is not Bud Crawford, Jamel Charlo. That is not Bud Crawford, Jaron Ennis. That is not Bud Crawford, Ismail Madrimov. It's neither either of those names. It is what everybody wants to see. Mr. Complainer himself, Mr. L Diva, you know what I'm saying? The prima donna, Mr. I want to fight Edgar Berlanga next, Mr. I'm done fighting Mexicans. Unless he's Jaime Magia. He sit up here. He just don't care what the fans think anymore. He don't care, man. He act like he always having a misunderstanding about what the F word really means. Did you hear him on stage when Oscar G checked his ass? He said, motherfuck. No, just stick to English. I mean Spanish. Just cuss him out in Spanish, bro. When you say the F word, it's not. It doesn't seem like it's unisex, man. It just seems like, I don't know, man. It seems like you're really trying to do some bad things to another man or something. I mean, it just seems a little crazy, Canelo. Just leave the F word out of your mouth, man. It's like, no. Somebody got you on camera telling me, I fuck him. No, that's not the way you do it. No, stop it, man. Don't drop no more F-bombs, man. For real. Don't drop no more F-bombs. Just stick to cussing them out in Espanol. That's it. You can't say the F word like Oscar did you. He said, put some mother respect on my name, Bilch. But I see you, Rebel. Shout out to Nelly on deck. Salute WCS. Salute everyone in the chat. Smash the like. Yes, sir. You know what I'm saying? Smash the like, man. Appreciate you. Shout out to Deion Washington. Always been on point with Canelo since day numero uno. He showed that he is not a advocate or a fan. It's not a Canelo bone in his body that would say that he likes Canelo. He's been accurate though on Canelo though. Real talk. He's been accurate. Seriously, he's been accurate. Shout out to Deion Washington in the building. Tuscaloosa's on deck. I see you, man. Salute to you. Stand on code. You know what I'm saying? You got to stay on code with Deion. Oscar say it's the bird man. He said put some respect on his name, man. I wanna know what the people got to say about this news is broken about that black Omaha monster in the picture with the man himself, Big Turk. You know what I'm saying? Big Turk over here, like he's a freaking pioneer, trendsetter. He's making the moves. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Come on, man. You can't knock that he's out here what he's doing. He's saying, I'm working to deliver Canelo, but it would be big fight for Crawford, man. He's trying to deliver Canelo to Crawford to make the big fight. Man, the Mexican fight fans, bro, come on, man. They shitting right now, bro. They shitting, man. Man, I'm telling you. They don't want... See, he was able to start his rise with freaking Floyd. Now, Bud Crawford can potentially end his freaking career. Canelo goes in there and looks bad against Crawford, man. Not to mention if Crawford stops Canelo. Oh, man. Oh, my God. This YTC is going to be a ghost town, man. Look. It's going to be a ghost town, y'all. I'm going to be out there with some freaking brand new boots on, flannel shirt, some freaking cowboy jeans, and with a goddamn 10-gallon on. Kicking the hell out some tumbleweed. Where you at? I can't be the only one in this here town. I'm going to be out there looking for trouble, man. Where is the content? Crawford goes in here and stomps out Canelo. It's over. It's over. It's no more pound for pound talk. It's no more face of boxing. Crawford, unfortunately for him, once he beat Canelo, he's not going to hang around too long to really say, okay, I'm the face of boxing. I'm going to get me some more. I don't know what he's going to do. He said he might have 5 more years left in the sport. I don't know what Crawford's going to do. But I can tell you right like this. He beats Canelo. And Canelo still has those super middleweight belts. Dude. Come on, man. You talking about 3-time undisputed and you just dispersed of Canelo Alvarez? You're 3-time undisputed and you just beat Canelo Alvarez, man? I mean, what is there for boxing fans to do? What are we to do? I'm trying to come up with some ideas. The only thing I want to do is try to go to space, man. For real, I want to try to go to space. I want to try to, I know there's going to be some rich people out there doing something. I want to try to freaking be a stowaway and try to catch a ride into the freaking stratosphere and take a couple of selfies and see can I make it back down here, man. I want to try something just crazy and nothing that has to do with Earth. It has to do with the outer rim. He come 3-time undisputed with them 168-pound titles, dog. And he beat Canelo Alvarez. We have to do something different. We have to what you call what's that called? What was in that movie? A time traveler. We have to somehow, some way break into a laboratory. I know it's somebody out there got a freaking time machine. We have to time travel, y'all. We're gonna have to go back in time. No, we need to go ahead. That's what we need to do. We need to go ahead. We need to tell them what's in store, what just happened. We need to go all the way out to 2060, 70, you know what I'm saying, 2080. We need to go all the way up there and drop the word on them and say, hey, man, I don't know if y'all like boxing now or whatever. It seemed like number of robots in here fighting each other or whatever. That ain't it. But it's this guy named Terrence Crawford that just beat the hell, beat the brakes off of freaking Canelo. You know what I'm saying? He's a legend. And it just happened. I'm just letting y'all know up here. But man, nice place y'all got. This is crazy, man. Robots are just taking over. Any humans left over here? Oh, they all freaking working on the plantation? All the humans? Wow, never would have seen that coming. What's their nationality? I'm just curious. Are they mixed? Are they black, white? Is everybody? Oh shit. But let me hurry up and get back in this time machine though. I gotta get up out of here, man. I gotta get up out of here. It's too much, giving me PTSD right now, seeing all this freaking labor work going on. All these robots running the show. Hey man, you go up there, goddamn, everybody's slaves again. Everybody, dog. The robots are taking over. All the fights are robots. All that. They goddamn got a 25 fight card with number robots on that mug. Man, come on, stop it. Stop it, man. Inoue better stay away from Shushu character. I mean, you gotta look at he's at 122, Dion. So when is Shushu? I mean, I don't know. You think he's gonna move up that quick to fight Shushu, man? When is he supposed to go to 126 anyway? When? Cause he act like he really want to go up there. That'll be a good fight, man. That'll be a good fight there, Dion. Real talk. Bud would be top 5 of all time in my opinion when he stops Canelo. Yeah, he would be up there in the conversation, bro. They just waiting for the right fight. Madrimov is not the right fight. Madrimov is just another notch to put under his freaking put another feather to his cap, a notch in his belt, and a medal on his chest plate. That's what Madrimov is. Because yes, he is a champion, but he doesn't have enough fights with top names for Bud to get a high score when it comes to elevating him to the top 10 of all time. You know what I'm saying? But he goes in there and beat Canelo with 70 fights. Definitely. I feel you. This is crazy, man. This is crazy. I like it though. It's turning out to be great. Shout out to everybody in here. Hopefully you hit the like button. Let me go over here and hold on for a second. Let me go over here and try to get some clarity. If y'all in the building, make sure you hit the like button. I appreciate you. So let me go over here and kind of give y'all a little line for line on what they're talking about with Naoya Inoue. All action hero. This is what they talk about with a fighter like Inoue getting off the canvas. All action hero. Have you ever heard Bud be called a hero? I'm just curious. Have you ever heard Wilder? Any of these up and coming fighters, have they been called a hero? All action hero. What is this exactly? A hero when it comes to boxing? You getting off the canvas. Only thing we hear over here in the US is that you got your ass dropped. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm glad they haven't called Ryan Garcia a hero. You know what I'm saying? Because he did get off the canvas against Tank, but he didn't finish. He didn't finish it out and beat him. But they saying all action hero climbs off the canvas to violently knock out Luis Neri. I'm like, man, come on. How is he a hero, man? Y'all overdoing it with the pen, with the keys, man. Y'all overdoing it, bro. And look, just so y'all will know, I had to throw this in there. I know y'all gonna perk up a little bit. I know the hair is gonna stand up on your freaking, your shoulders and your elbow. I know your hair is gonna stand up. But George Kambosos Jr. is set to face Vasily Lomachenko. I knew y'all would want to hear that news. And what better person to break it to you? It's set to take place at the RAC Arena in Australia, May 12th. Set your calendars, y'all. May 11th in the U.S. This event will air on ESPN in the U.S. Set your calendars, man. This will be a barn burner. George Kambosos Jr. going against Vasily Lomachenko. Set your calendars for that fight right there, y'all. That is going to be a barn burner. Real talk. Before I move on, let me give a shout out to Team Crawford for actually being that guy during this era. You know what I'm saying? I can actually say I was young enough to comprehend the fights that was going on and how special they were with Crawford being on deck. Salute to him, man. It's great. The bad thing about it, I have to go through individuals that say that, you're ass kissing and stuff like that. I consider ass kissing to me many variables than what I do. Only thing I do is rub it in your faces. That's all. I just rub it in your face, man. I don't have a tattoo of any of these fighters on me. You know what I'm saying? But people come up here, they'll always make it something dealing with emasculation, or they'll try to say something. But I'm saying to myself, if you are mad at me supporting Crawford and in light of who you support heavy in boxing, it's very contradicting because, it's okay everything you say about your fighter when it comes to Canelo. But when it comes to Crawford, they always want to add some type of sexualization in there. Some type of emasculation, insult, some type of homoerotic shit. And, I always ask him, I say, listen. I asked this cat this. I said, hey, I want to ask you a question. I said, how many letters in the alphabet? Listen to me, y'all. It's this cat that was dropping these insults to him. I say, how many letters in the alphabet? He said, you don't know, as old as you are, old and crushed as you are, you don't know how many. I said, I'm just asking you, how many letters in the alphabet? He said, 26. I said, no, it's not. I said, it's 25. He said, no, dumbass, it's 26. It's been that way for some time. I said, no, you're probably right. It's probably been that way here and there, but in your case, it's only 25 letters of the alphabet. He said, how do you explain that? I say, thanks for asking, because the letter D is always in your fucking mouth. You always got D in your mouth. You want to talk about somebody fighting, and no, you say A, B, C, E, F. Yeah, because you up there gargling. That's what you're doing. You got all the letter D's in your mouth. Like nobody can freaking support boxing. It's just support at the end of the day. These cats will go up here and say, well, I'm a supporter. I'm a fan of boxing. No, if you support a fighter heavy and you have yelled and screamed at somebody in support of your fighter, you are a fan of the fighter. Perfect example. The guy that you know is Julina, right? How you doing, Julina? I know you're listening. He was the one that was on record all the time talking about he's a fan of the sport. But yet and still, he's like, I love Devin. Really, I do. I love him. He is family to me. He's like, and I'm looking at myself. Hold up. You know how brothers be. He's like a brother to me. He can't be your brother because the old and crusty as you are, man. You know you can't take Bill's place. He said, I love him. I'm like, how can you love? Because you was the one that was on here talking about boxing and you love the sport, but you don't love the fighter. You don't have no love for the fighter. But you saying you love Devin. I get it, man. I get it. It's the same person. Okay, I get it. You kicked me off your panel, so you bet thousands on a fight. And then when I wanted to bet 500, you kicked me off the panel. So you bet thousands. But when you lost money on Errol Spence, you was up there to my, I don't care. Anyway, I'm not going there, bro. I'm getting off topic a little bit because, you know, when people try to go in my DMs and say, oh, you busy sucking D, you this and that, you kissing Crawford. I'm like, come on, man. That's not the only fight I rock with heavy. Come on, man. We got to get out that. We got to get out that, man. That's bad. That's real bad for us, bro. What do y'all think about Adrian Broner, man? Do you think Kevin Cunningham did the right thing? You know, Adrian Broner, man, he's not with Kevin Cunningham no more. Kevin is fed up. He's exhausted. You know what I'm saying? He is done. He's not doing it no more. He is done. He's not going on camera no more acting like, you know what I'm saying, Broner's working out. He's getting ready. He's not doing it no more. He's not doing it no more, y'all. He's not doing it. It's over. It's over. What else is out there? With boxing, man, I can go on and talk about this all day, but I'm really trying to integrate, you know, topics out here, but it's difficult. It's difficult. This really is. You know what I'm saying? Because now the good thing about what Turk Al-Sheikh has done, he's not even media, but people are talking about Terrence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez now. Before they was talking about, oh man, you know, Terrence, he's too small. He's moving up 3 weight divisions. He's been biting off more than he can chew. Well, guess what? He got a fight coming up at 154. And now people seem to think that it's okay. Turk Al-Sheikh said it. It's okay now. It's okay now. It's okay now. He's fighting for a title 154. It's not so bad. What about Jermell Charlo? Well, one thing we do know is that he's not Jermell Charlo. He's actually going to try to go in there and win. He's actually going to go in there and try to win, period. That's the good thing about that. Armstrong on deck. What's good? That's the one thing we know about him. He's going to try to go in there and win. Unlike Jermell Charlo, who became a freaking part of the Olympic boxing dive team / track and field. You know what I'm saying? 12 lap freaking sprinter. You know what I'm saying? He embarrassed us, man. He embarrassed us. Real talk. Before I get up out of here, I wanted to say, man, we do have a good fight card coming up with Xander Zayas. You know, Xander Zayas is fighting Patrick Teixeira that used to be the 154-pound champion before Brian Castano beat him. So this is a step-up fight for Xander Zayas, man. You know what I'm saying? Also, Jihad Tucker has a tough fight coming up on that card. You know what I'm saying? A guy that's been in there with some pretty tough names. Hold on for a second. What am I listening to? But his opponent is a seasoned fighter, and you know, I'm about to tell you who he's been in there. Hold on for a second. I want to get this right. So it's Quincy Levias, and he has some names on there, man. He's went to a UD in the 8th round with Troy Isley. You know what I'm saying? He's been in there with Xander Zayas in the 8th round, went the distance with him. Norberto Casco, and of course he lost. He lost to Casco, a UD. He lost to the Xander fight, UD. He lost to Troy Isley, UD. All right, but Since losing to Troy Isley, he has 3 straight wins, all via stoppages. You know what I'm saying? But of course, at the end of the day, you have to look at it like this. Jihad's been stepping his game up. He even has Clay Collard on his record. You know, the guy who fight mixed martial arts. I think that's him. Mixed martial arts and boxing. Let me see if that's him. Yeah, that's him. You know, he's fought him twice, man. I believe. Let me see. Yeah, he's fought Clay Collard twice. He went to a draw with him one time, and then he beat him in an 8-round decision. He has some experience on his record. You know what I'm saying? And Jahai only has 12 fights, man. Shout out to Electric Boogie, man. He's heading back in there for his 13th professional fight. 10 victories, 1 defeat, and 1 draw. He's set to get it on at the Madison Square Garden. That'll be June 8th, 2024. And, you know, it'll be good that people, you know, look at this fight card. You know, Deion Washington just mentioned Bruce Carrington. Bruce Carrington, Shoo is going to be on that card. You know what I'm saying? He's 11-0 right now. He's fighting Enrico Vivas. You remember Enrique, he fought my boy Carlos. He fought him in the bubble. And that fight made ESPN. You know what I'm saying? He's 23-3. And then you got Delonte Johnson coming back. He's 12-0. You know what I'm saying? I mentioned Jihad Tucker. You have Elijah Flores is 8-0. That's coming back. I mean, you got a nice little card going down in Madison Square Garden in New York. Y'all be sure to tune in. For real. Y'all be sure to tune in on that card. But shout out to Jihad Tucker, man. Keep on doing your thing. His family. Jamali Tucker, Coach Tucker. You know what I'm saying? And the News by Shaw News, man. Continue to do his thing, the hottest in the game. You know, definitely go over there and support the channel. Definitely do that. Shout out to Coach Terry, Joe Dini, and all them cats. But you already know, man. Until next time, shout out to the hottest chat in the MF game. Y'all keep doing your thing. And understand that the quest is on, man. Terrence Crawford has 154 on the horizon. You know what I'm saying? He has a potential fight with Canelo Alvarez. And we remember when he had Errol Spence in the corner praying, said, God, Lord, we hope Harvey Dopp stop this fight because I cannot go on. You know what I'm saying? I cannot go on with this, knowing that I owe Derrick James money and I'm losing this fight. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot that I had going on. And I'm late for my freaking exclusive interview with the tax lady. You know what I'm saying? Y'all hold it down. Continue to support the channel.